Hi guys, this is Chai Guy here, and I'm back with another podcast episode. Today's guest is on Team Cannabis. They had a good first round performance. Please welcome the worst cod guy.
Hey, what's up, people?
Um, Now, when Team Cannabis was doing this rebuild, did you ever think you were gonna get picked up?
Uh,
Like,
yeah,
like
honestly, yeah. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. Can you elaborate more to like explain like who reached out to you and like if like that whole story, just like kind of go in depth with like how they picked you up, basically.
Okay. So, first off, I wasn't looking for a team. I was just kind of just wanted to see how the tournament played out. I wanted to join the first tournament you started, but I think there were some conflicts at the time and stuff, and I couldn't do it. But this time, I was able to at least see if I could join the tournament. I was interested in it, and then I think Slap. He basically was like, "Hey, we're looking for a bench player, so and looking like a good fit." And I was like, "Okay, sure." Then I played with Cannabis, and we did pretty good, honestly. I think we did pretty good for our first. Well, no, this is their more like their second time, but it's my first time, and I think we did pretty good, honestly. I think we did pretty good.
Yeah. So if when you were watching the tournament last year, like did any team stick out to you the most, or did you like ever what was your favorite team at the time? Like when you were watching?
On the first tournament, I didn't really watch it too much. Again, I had a lot. I was very busy last year with a lot of things. I just was not able to like see anything, sadly. But yeah, I would have loved to join the first time, honestly.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. A lot of teams played, a lot of players competed. It was pretty fun. We had some uh, rocky steps in the road there, but we were able. I was able to. I mean, it was a successful thing. Like we had winners. So I mean, even though it could have went better than it should have, I think it was overall a success. But I'm hoping that this tournament right now can also be a success with less controversy and hopefully it went smoothly as I hope it would. Um,
Mm.
but so talk to me about your some of your teammates, like when you guys were practicing, like was there good communication between you guys, or that, talk to me a little bit about like the practices going into this.
All right. So with the practices, we really focus communication and making sure that we were able to call out certain Zeds, especially the big Zeds, to prioritize them before we get to the smaller Zeds. And yeah, we definitely made sure to call those out for like the demo, so they can just annihilate anything in front of it. So uh, yeah, so our demo, which is Kratos, he's pretty good. We have a really good medic, really good berserk. I was playing Firebug for that first round, and we had a commando, and he was doing it was Sudan with the commando. He was actually a really good commando, and uh yeah.
Now, here's another question. So when back again when you were getting picked up by Team Cannabis, did you think you were gonna be a starter for that team? And like, did you ever think, or did you have more expectations that like you might be a bench player? Like, what were your thoughts? Like, when you were getting picked up again?
Um, yeah, honestly, at first they're looking for a bench player, and then over time they kind of switched me over to a starter player. I didn't expect that. I was just expected to be a bench player, and um, I guess things worked out for the best, and I ended up being a starter player, and it was an awesome experience. I loved it.
Okay, so I know a lot of the fans were excited that including myself, that we thought that you guys were gonna get that 300 perfect score, but I guess it was just the one death there. Do you think you guys are gonna pull that off during the semis, or do you think um, Death Squad is might get that perfect 300 because it is going to be pretty tough for Death Squad to face off against you guys. So, uh, what are your thoughts on Death Squad, or well, Voodoo's team with Punk Funk, Jade Envy going up against you guys for the shot at the semis?
Uh, yeah, I think we're gonna hit 300 this next game. It's just one small mistake we made, and we can easily fix that through practice, which we've been. And yeah, I think we are going to get 300 this next game, like without a doubt. Our team is like on point. We have everybody is experienced. We also have backup. Our backups, our benches are pretty good too. Without a doubt, we're going to hit 300. I'm not trying to be biased or anything. I'm just saying we're definitely going to hit 300 this next game.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if I was on a team, like I would have pretty much all the confidence in the world, but at the same time, I would still give respect to like the opponents, all the teams, really.
All right.
But hey, Mr. Wolf, how's it going? One of the comments section, uh, or the chat, rather. So what? So in this team, like, are you happy with the team that you have right now with Suadam, Woe, Loser, Ninja? Because I was looking at these guys last year, and I just saw like them kind of struggling a little bit because I've heard from Will before, like when we had the conversation back and forth when we were talking back then, that and I even saw it for myself during the grand finals, that they had Hans 3 times, and
Oh yeah.
they were just struggling, and I think it was more so to do with the players. I think that's why they don't have Church Vap anymore. I think that's why Maestro was kind of cut. Um, I think it's good that that your team kind of made this like this roster change with you and Kratos and all the others. I think you guys are looking more stronger, and I think you guys are more hungry for the win. And I think those changes were really good that you guys made. Um, so that was me just talking. I wasn't like questioning anything, but
Yeah,
going
it
up
was terrible.
to like I
I
do
think good.
talk.
You
I do talk a lot. Yeah.
good.
Uh, so let's say your team do make it into the semis, and you're going up against pandemic survivors, new team that's well, I should say a fairly new team coming into this tournament, do you have any expectations for these guys, or do you have like, well, I wouldn't say expectations, but like, what do you think might happen, or what do you think is going to pan out for these guys when they do face you in the semis, supposedly?
Um, yeah, I expect some really some tough stuff, stiff competition for pandemic survivors. I do know a lot of their players, and I know that each and every one of them are really good at what they do and stuff like that. So, and yeah, I expect I should say, we expect uh, some we expect some I guess some resistance to that, and we are prepared. We've been preparing, and I think we'll be ready to. I think we'll be ready, honestly.
Okay, now, okay, so here's another question. Um, I I do have high hopes for your team. Um, I do think you guys will. Uh, I do think you will most likely end up in the semis. Um, I think it is going to be tough, but I think you guys will pull it off, as I said a couple of streams ago. Um, so, who do you think right now on your guys' roster is predominantly more the strongest player? Like, when I say strongest, I mean like, who do you think is more the leader slash like person that would make the call outs and kind of keep this train going for you guys if you had to pick one?
Okay, so personally, I think Kratos is the he's definitely kind of I'd probably pick him. Like he's definitely the one, definitely the one that's definitely calling out the Zeds first, and he's making sure that we iron out all of our kinks and anything wrong with the team. He's the I would 100% sure that actually I probably goes a close second with Slap too, but Kratos he's definitely more involved with the team and trying to figure out things and stuff like that. I would definitely probably recommend Kratos as more the leader.
Okay. Um. So, not talking about Cannabis for a sec. Were there bleh, were there any teams that stuck out to you during this whole tournament, or not so much? Everything good?
Oh, yep, yep. Um, trying to see. I can't remember all the teams off the top of my head.
No, take your time. There's a few of them. Um, I know Easy Peasy had a good run. They were out. I think the teams that are still alive right now that are Demon Killers, which is Starberry and Clips, his team. Boom Nation, which is iSpeedy's team. They're still in it. Pandemic Survivors, they're a newer team. Wire A is a fairly new player. I shouldn't say fairly new, but like new to this tournament. And Death Squad, which is the team that is facing up against you guys.
Oh yeah. Um, yeah, I would definitely say that. Yeah, Pandemic Survivors is definitely a team that sticks out to me. They do look like they're almost on par with us, so that would be a really good battle right there, honestly.
Oh, I forgot Wolf's team. Wolf
Oh,
Phonics's team is in the semis. They have Poyo Poyo and I would have to go back and look because I'm so bad with player names, but they do have a pretty strong team there. Uh, I'm hoping to get like podcast episodes with all these guys just to kind of do what I'm doing now with you, just like having players share their thoughts on things and uh, sharing like how they're doing performance wise in this tournament and just trying to explore that with players. And I think it's a good series that I'm opening up here. Thank you for coming on. By the way, I mean, yeah, I've been playing with you for how long? Like a few years now, and so here's another big question. Um, aside from all of the teams here, like I've asked Eddie this, and he didn't really have an answer, so I guess I'll try to just get one from you. If you had to pick, other than yourself, 6 players, dream team, like the best people you think you'd know, or like who you would think would get a perfect 300 all the time, who would you pick? You can pick your team that you have now, but I just wanted to hear it from you. Uh, if you had like a dream team type thing.
okay. All right. Yeah. So, hmm. That is a very difficult question to answer because it's like this is a lot of good people, and obviously you can't have everyone in one basket. So, um, oh man.
It is a tough one, and I've had a lot of people kind of think about this one.
Yeah, if I could like sit down and like do this, and oh yeah, I'd pick with ease. But honestly, my team is pretty good. Like Saddam, Loser, Whoa, Slap, and even Maestro. Like they're all pretty good people, honestly. But I think that's about it, really. I can't like just go out on a whim.
Yeah, well, you forgot Mosberger though. I think
Oh, Mossberger.
Mosberger is you decided to pick up as a bench player. Yeah, I think he's a fairly new, decent demo. Yeah, from what I've understand, like I played with him a few times. Um, definitely is good. Definitely is good with a good team. I wouldn't say he's predominantly good, but yes, you guys have, like I said before, that do have some strong players that do know what they're doing, that do make call outs, that know how to hold out in spots pretty well. And
Oh yeah.
I think I'm interested to see, like in these next 4 maps coming up, like how like you guys are gonna like prepare for this. And I know you guys, I've seen it in Kratos's videos of you guys practicing. Um, you guys, I think communication would go a long way with you guys. Uh, the 4 maps that like I chose for the semis are Biotics Lab, Volter Manor, Lockdown, and Netherhold. I think the more uh, exciting map that I would like to see everyone like play for the semis is Netherhold because there are a lot of places they can get you, and it can be really like nail biting to see like how you guys are gonna uh, plan all that out. So
Oh, definitely.
yeah. Um. So um. What else was I gonna say? I was going to ask um like what perk were you like starting out? Were you a you weren't a medic, were you?
In the tournament,
Yeah.
yeah, the tournament I started off as a firebug. I think I stick with firebug. I was a survivalist for a good while. Then I think they switched it up in practice.
Now now were you assigned that role or did everyone just pick their own?
Um, honestly, uh, our team allowed basically allowed everyone on the team to pick whatever they're comfortable with.
Okay.
So yeah, I
And
was
you were more comfortable going with Firebug.
yes, I was more comfortable with firebug.
Okay. Do you think you're a better Firebug um, going in as you are a survivalist, or do you think you're a stronger survivalist than you are a Firebug?
Personally, firebug is a pretty easy perk to play. Honestly, um, I felt like I was a better survivalist than a firebug. But yeah, honestly, like I think honestly I should have maybe like switch up things and maybe switch to me being a survivalist. But yeah.
Okay, so would you have any preferred weapons going into this? Talking about survivalist, because I know Firebug does have a limited amount of weapons, but survivalists can use pretty much anything they want. So, uh, what would be your preferred loadout? I should say, going one through boss wave, if you were to be a survivalist.
Okay. So I would probably say in the beginning, uh, a dragon's breath or something with fire is actually very good. Um, and then kind of further on, a kaboom stick. That's just a must for like anybody really. The kaboom stick is just a must. Um, then maybe like a free store, and then during boss wave, I'll probably just get like a RPG and a what you call it arc generator.
Okay. Uh, that seems to be the more popular pick. Um, I
Yeah, that
was
fire
like,
definitely pumps up damage.
yeah, for a while, like before going into this tournament, I was going to ban the ray gun and the dosh gun. The reason why was because I didn't see much use for the dosh gun, let alone the ray gun, other than the fact that, obviously that shrink ray can shrink the boss. I only see it for people using it for bosses, which can deduct damage from boss attacks. But there are no like weapon like cancellations or anything. You can use pretty much whatever weapon they want. Uh, but those were the two that I originally wanted to take out. Um, so um,
Okay.
so I know like your team. Uh, does have recycled players from last year. Death Squad, same thing with them. Although they, I think Voodoo has recycled some players from Procore's team because he does have Punk Funk, who I think is mostly a demo or bug. Uh, she can play pretty well. Jade Envy, I think same thing with her. I think she mostly prefers the gun perks going into this. Voodoo,
I,
I think I think is more the uh, like leader slash call out player of his team. I think he's a medic. I think he's a predominantly decent medic. You know,
oh yeah.
I know they have Moon Dina, who was a medic on Team A before. Um, I don't think that would be the case now because one, I haven't seen them play this year, and whenever I saw them just practicing in pub matches, he was mostly, I think, a berserker. So I think when I do see them play, I think he's going to take that role of being a berserker. Uh,
Oh yeah.
but I think it's just going to be an interesting type of matchup. I think I'm looking at two teams that have played last year. Uh, both teams went into the semis. Uh, guys are both of you are very good. Uh, I just think they're not. They are gonna have to play smart and probably not have any room for error to get that 300. But I don't. The chances of that happening are slim to none because, mind you, I have said this before. There has not been a single team yet to pull off a perfect 300 score in this tournament. I would like it. I would like to see it this year, but I don't think I'm going to see it. But that's just me.
Mm,
Uh, but not trying to say anything negative or bad about anyone. You guys, all of you are playing good. Uh, yeah. Um, that was enough rambling for me. Onto the questions. Um, so I know you like I for the longest time, you know, like whenever I heard the rumors that you were getting picked up, and Suud sent me the screenshot of the teams that you'd most likely be a demo, but at the same time, Kratos or that wasn't Kratos, Rapkurist on Team A was a demo. Uh, Did you also think that like before, like right as you were coming in, did you think you were going to be a demo? Because I always thought you were a good demo.
oh yeah. Uh, I didn't really see myself as being a demo because I saw that Kratos was he's a pretty good demo by himself.
That's the
Um,
same thing I was thinking too. I think it was so from my point of view. I think it was going to be like a challenging spot, I like a fighting spot for that demo position because I know Kratos is a good demo and I know you are a good demo. But
yeah.
I think you guys kind of work work that out since you can't have like dual perks in this going into this. Um, so um, I've heard um, that Woe was kind of the more team leader of the this team Cannibalists. Uh, the weird thing is, I'd never heard him like talk at all during this tournament. Um, you know why that is, or does he talk in practice? Because
Uh,
he was mostly silent.
yeah, I would say that. Well, he does talk, but since he's a berserk, he kind of, he's kind of the big sets for us. So yeah, he doesn't really talk too much, but that's fine because he's a berserk. He's doing his own thing. So
Yeah, fair enough.
yeah.
Um, yeah, you gotta concentrate. So uh, another question about your team. Uh, let's say, God forbid, anything happens to the starter players. Um, but if one of you guys, let's say, couldn't make it or whatever, do you think Maestro or Mosberger would play a significant role coming into the semis, or would they kind of be like just like at that struggling point, or like how do you think they would perform?
um, I would say Maestro Burger. He would definitely. He'd be like an easy pick. Like he's fine. Maestro, he does a few perks that are not level 25,
Mm-hmm.
but he's still a good player. And I've seen him. I think he said he also plays on PC too. So yeah, he's solid too. So I think our bench players are very solid.
Okay. Um. So, do you think I know you guys are gonna have like high expectations and high hopes, like because you guys were in the grand finals last year against a really dominant team, going up against a really dominant team, I should say. Um, do you guys see yourselves going into the grand finals this year? What will it be like? Second, like almost like a homecoming thing, whatever, like a return for you guys in the grand finals.
Oh, sure, bad. Like I muted. But
That's okay.
yeah, I'd definitely say that we will definitely make it to the grand finals. Like I said before, we just have some small kinks we got to iron out, but think we're definitely gonna make it. I could see it
Okay.
personally.
So okay. So with that being said, um, Team F isn't in this tournament this year, but Team Wolf is, along with Demon Killers and Boom Nation. So my question to you is, who do you think out of those three teams might face off with you if you do, if you guys do get to that point?
Um, yeah, I know Team Wolf has some pretty solid people on their team. Um, I would probably go with them. I know Poyo very good, and a few others on their team. They're also pretty good too. Um, trying to think another I think. Who's on a Demon Killer's team?
Demon Killers, they have Firmly Clips, they have Rabia. I'd have to go back here. Let me check just one sec for you.
I
They
think
have
they
Starber. They have
recently played, right?
Starberry. What?
Or they didn't they did they recently played?
Yeah, they recently
Okay.
just they Starberry did come into the for them when they were have a five-man team because of some altercations. They have Greg Byatt, who is pretty good, um, and that's all I got for that team. I know there's more, but I can't really uh, name here. I think I have their roster right up here. Okay. They have Firmly Clips, Not Stormy, Maximum Max, Frosty Shade, Starberry, and Baby Clips. I don't know. They have a lot of people with like clips with Z's in their name. I don't know if that's like a team thing or whatever, but yeah, I think it's interesting that you brought that up because Starberry did um, take on that like team player role whenever they needed someone, came in and gave them and helped them get to that 295 score. Um, Assuming that Boom Nation uh, will not perform against Demon Killers and they move on to the finals. Do you think Starberry is going to play that role again as that kind of team player against Team Wolf?
Oh yeah, Starberry's a good friend of mine. Yeah, he's a really good player, honestly. So yeah, he is definitely taking that team role. I've known him for years. He's a good player, a good leader. I would definitely, yeah, I would just say he would just take that role.
Okay. Um. Yeah. Uh. Yeah. It is going to be some interesting games. Boom Nation is looking pretty solid. Speedy's team does have some pretty good players. Uh. I know I keep recycling stuff I say, which gets repetitive and boring. But yeah. I feel like it's more my job as entertainer to like talk to you guys and try to like what I'm doing right now is just like making podcasts and making tournaments, um, trying to be the most entertaining and fun person I can be. Just see you guys have fun, watch you guys play, and which is probably arguably the most fun I've ever had during this game. Aside from playing it, it's just watching you guys play. So I know uh, I don't think like if I were on a team, I could probably barely make it to the ninth or 10th wave now because I'm on decline and I wasn't as good as I was. Uh, but seeing all you guys gradually move past that point and killing some bosses with ease, it's really entertaining to me, and it's almost like I'm watching a pro team play at like their peak. Uh, so I mean, do you guys think you guys think or do you know that like you're going to perform above and beyond if you do make it? Because once again, pandemic survivors, their first round, they would have had a perfect 300 if it weren't for the two DCs that they've had. So
Mm. Oh yeah. Honestly, I think we, and not being biased,
mm-hmm.
but yeah, I think we would definitely would make it. and I know they're on par with us, so it's going to be a battle to the death at this point if we both do make it. And but yeah, I think that Team Canvas is going to pull for the win, honestly, 100%.
You said, wait, repeat that again. You said pandemic survivors might pull the win. You said
Cannibalists.
cannibalists. Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know why. This is like, I'm stupid. Okay. Um, yeah. Obviously, you're going to uh, back up your team. Uh, yeah, but yeah, you guys are looking pretty neck and neck right now. Uh, but I will give you guys your props right now. You are the scoring leaders coming into this tournament. 299, 1 point away from a perfect. Uh,
Yeah.
I think, without a doubt, in my mind, that if you guys continue to communicate, prep, practice, have good map control, have know what's up, stay alert and focused throughout the whole thing, I think you guys will continue to be the scoring leaders and hopefully have that revisiting spot in the grand finals. And I know I am being a little biased right now because most of the guys on your team are my buddies that I've been playing with for the longest time. Okay, so I might be a little bit biased there, but it's just from what I've seen. This is all from what I've seen. Okay, so it's all objective. Okay, um, I do think you guys are the more like favored team coming into this. Uh, I don't necessarily know what the fans think because they just like seeing the teams play. I don't think it's like the knowledge. Like when I say fans, I mean people not in the tournament, just watching, just spectating. Uh, but you know that those are I said before, but a little bit of my thoughts right now. Um, but yeah, uh, and even from all the teams that aren't even in it anymore, like Easy Peasy, uh, Team Goro, like the teams that lost in the first round, um, they did pretty well. And from uh, to be fair to them, they were not new players because they do have elite players, but they were a new team coming into this, and I just think that they didn't know what to really expect, like coming into this, and I think that's what made them plummet downward. Um, you're talking about, I think Goro had the Great Will, Sanator, Goro, uh, Ivy Twin, who I thought was going to have an MVP type performance because considering he was a really, really good gunslinger, probably one of the best I've ever seen. Uh, and mind you guys that like just one really, really good player on like a okay average team, it does not really make a difference. Okay, it's not like the NBA or the NFL where just like a superstar can take a team anywhere. like like you guys had to communicate as a team. Uh, so I mean, one really good player can only do so much, and I know worst card guy can agree with me on that. Because out of all the pub matches we've played, uh, I don't know how many carries he has. I'm sure there's a handful, but yeah, I think your resume speaks for itself, and I think that's why Suadam kind of saw you or whoever, and that's how you got picked up, is based on your pub matches and your resume in this game. Um,
Oh yeah.
I mean, if I were Suadam or anyone on that team, I probably would have done the same thing, to be honest with you. Uh, yeah, I mean, it's certainly like uh, this is a pretty small community, so it is going to be easier to fish out those good players uh, because almost pretty much everyone on the PS4 KF2 community is small.
Oh
So
yeah.
like no, yeah. So no matter like who you run into, whether it be a pub match or tournament like this, like you're most likely gonna know someone. You're most likely gonna run into 4 or 5 people that you know. So uh, we're in the 45-minute mark. Um, so uh, would you say that I have another question that I wanted to ask in the beginning, but I was doing too much rambling. Um, so talking again for your team, uh, do you think um, will you guys be doing the same kind of holdout spots you've been doing last year, or are you guys going to try something new, or what should we expect from watching you guys if you guys do make it?
Um, I wasn't there last year for this team,
Yeah,
so
no, I'm talking about like what you guys been practicing so far. I mean, if like you guys were in the semis, if you guys do make it to the semis, really, are we gonna see any interesting holdout spots that you guys might hold out on, or are you guys just gonna give us a show and just make it really challenging for yourselves?
um, yeah, definitely. We're definitely going to choose, definitely going to find spots in practice that are going to be just optimizing for just maximum damage and just just really just trying to kill the Zeds as quickly as possible and maximizing damage as well. Also giving us time to react to anything big coming at us. So any spot that we choose, it's a spot that we've practiced and we've realized that hey, this is good. And yeah, we're definitely going to change up some things and not go towards what the average player would go to. Honestly.
Okay, I have another important question.
All right.
So now my plan is for the grand finals, whoever does win that, I'm going to be giving out trophies. I was I talked about this to Eddie Lawson and he thought it was a good idea. So I'm just revisiting this question with you. Um, my thing was to give the 6 players trophies. Just to have something for them to show for it. Uh, and I was going to make an additional bigger trophy for the MVP. Whoever I think me spectating this thing, whoever does win, whoever has an MVP like performance on the winning team, I would give the MVP trophy. Do you think that? What are your thoughts on that? I should say.
Yeah, honestly, that would be awesome. Like to have like everyone have their own little trophy and then to have an MVP trophy. Like that would be cool. Along with like, some sort of like cash bonus, but that's a joke.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not gonna happen this year. I mean, I was rich before, just handing out money. Uh, yeah. Um, but for this year, I want it to be more special, and
Yeah.
to I want the players to kind of have something that would basically show for this event, saying, "Hey, I have the proof that I won this. Here's my trophy." Bam.
Oh yeah.
So, uh, with all this talking, we have surpassed that 50-minute mark, which normally I do like closing statements, but I'm going to ask you like, is there any like final words or anything that you would like to say uh, to the teams or to the players or to your teammates or about this game, or do you have any final words for anything or anyone, I should say?
Um, well, I hope everyone does well. I can't wait to continue fighting for those positions, and I just hope Team Campus wins and our competitives do well, and yeah, that's really about it. I just hope everyone does well, everyone has fun, everyone learns something new, learn new strategies and stuff like that, new weapons. So yeah.
Okay, those were the words of the worst COD guy uh, coming into my podcast. You can see the worst COD guy on Team Cannibalists. Um, Hopefully, after these two teams do get their first rounds in, whoever does win, good luck to everyone, like COD Guy said. And uh, I hope everybody has fun. Hope everybody uh, performs their best at the same time. And I think that's pretty much it. Uh, yeah, let's say if Team Ken Plus does make it into the semis, you guys can watch them perform. Uh, really good team, really solid players, uh, really good, but more importantly, really good friends. Uh, this was another episode of the KF2 podcast. Um, Stay safe, guys. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. If you want to say bye, you can. But if you, I think you already said. You already said that during the closing stuff.